Alright. A little bit of Warframe farming before we do Secret Hitler later. There we go. Music level should be a little bit better. There we go. Good, good, good. Just making sure everything is working as it should be. Seems like it is. Cool. Yeah, so I got access to my first Nightmare Mode mission, and I'm basically farming it right now for special mods, so that's what I'm currently doing. I'm doing it with Loki Prime, which is making it laughably easy. I just got this, Constitution, and that stacks with this, so my invisibility lasts for like 16 seconds. I can basically stealth an entire run. It's kind of ridiculous.
Your chosen Warframe suits you.
I'm gonna keep hitting this hard mode mission until it's not available, because I'm getting incredible mods from it. And it's piss easy. I mean, I can 3-shot the boss with my weapon, so why would I not? Considering these Nightmare Mode missions never seem to fucking appear. Okay, it's Vampire Mode, right. So I will actually have to kill some people on this run. Vampire Mode, Nightmare Mode missions have modifiers, which make them a little bit more difficult. This is Vampire Mode, so I have to kill, otherwise my health will consistently go down. Here's the thing, my stealth is permanent. Like, as long as I keep remembering to put my stealth back up, everybody just dies, and they can't do a damn thing about it. Stealth is ridiculously overpowered in this game, from what I could tell. I can't even see a reason why you wouldn't use a stealth frame, but at least for solo runs, unless you just really don't like the frame, because it's so strong. I mean, they can't see me and I can just kill them. It's ludicrous. I can even fire my loudest gun and they still don't know where I am. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I guess they would fire based on the sound of the weapon, but since they die before they're able to take a shot, it doesn't even make a difference. Backstab it! Oh, yeah. Because we are a ninja. Oops. Probably shouldn't have done that. That was a bit of a mistake. Don't break the windows. I mean, on more, I guess on more difficult missions, because I think I did my first tier 4 solo last night with Loki, and I just stealthed the whole thing. Admittedly, there's only certain missions you can do that on. I did a tier 4 sabotage solo. No, it will be very like those enemies. Ah, I just ran out of energy. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Never mind, I'll regain it in a minute. Or I can just murder people. I'm not even using my most powerful weapon. I'm using my Gracchitors, which are not anywhere near as strong as my main gun. But I'm getting a chance to level them up a little bit, so. There we go, here's the boss. Okay, so let's fight the boss. This is going to be a really hard boss, no doubt. Really difficult. Okay. And the boss is at half health. And the boss is pretty much dead. Okay, time to leave. Yeah, Loki is ludicrously powerful.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
We used him in some tier 3 survival last night. He's pretty good. I mean, but for soloing, he's insane. The stealth is just ludicrous. He is pretty good in those tower defense missions, though, because I can taunt everybody in with the little holograms you can make, and then I just AoE that area. He also has an area of effect disarm, which means that nothing with a ranged weapon can fire and has to melee. I imagine on like much harder Nightmare Mode missions this wouldn't be as easy, but this is a very easy Nightmare mission. Just because it's very low level. Yeah, that was the longest time it's ever taken me to kill that boss. I have 3-shot him before. I actually missed 2 shots with my Tonkor, that's why. No, we're not going to be dying to any of you, let's be honest. There we go. Run done.
Target down. Assassination contract complete.
I got focus energy out of that. Damn. Yeah. So I'm basically... So these mods right here, I have 2 effects, which is why they're really, really, really good. And you can get them from these nightmare runs, and that's why I'm farming this nightmare right now. So far, I've had, like, maybe 2 mods that I'd use and some that I wouldn't. So what I'm looking for is some of the really good stuff, because these things stack, so... That's really, really strong. So what I'm looking for are mods that stack with my current ones, so that I can really pump up my power. I'm not bothering putting, like, a promo on YouTube for this. This is just a very... No shields and low gravity, okay. Well, no shields is not actually that big a deal. Admittedly, I don't want to be using Tonkor if I have no shields. Which is my grenade launcher, which is where a lot of my power comes from, so I'll use my pistols. I mean, Loki Prime is almost too strong. Like, he's maybe not as fun as I would want him to be just because of how stupidly strong he is. No, of course they don't. That's the hilarious thing about it. They have no fucking idea. And so with my duration mods, my stealth stays up for 16 seconds, and I can renew it almost constantly as long as I'm picking up energy. But yeah, we have used them to decent effect in team missions. With we're doing a 3-man tier 3 defense tower last night, and we managed to do really well using Loki, Trinity, and whoever that stupid Wolverine dude is. I'm mostly main Trinity. That's kind of my main role in our group, is to play Trinity. Invisibility is 13 seconds by default, but I have multiple duration mods, so it lasts a lot longer. One of the first mods that I actually ended up getting on this, on these nightmare runs that I'm doing right now, was a duration mod, which can stack with my existing one. So my duration is now very, very high. Needs a little more work to max it out, but yeah, I think we're playing with Valk, yeah. Alright, I'm out of energy now, so I'm actually gonna have to fight. I do have an energy mod, so it will slowly regen my energy, just not very quickly. Do not dismiss the Jackal as you're gonna get 3-shot, mate. That's how it's gonna be. I am dismissing the Jackal. You know, I'm so confident that I'm going to use my fucking... I actually shouldn't be using this. I'm losing a lot of health. It's like, oh yeah, I don't have any shields. I really should not be fighting with melee weapons. I may actually die here because I can't cloak. And I have no HP. But I can revive. It's not really a big deal. I have 4 revives in this mission, so... The fact that you even have revives in Nightmare mode is silly. It's like... I know they're doing 3 times the DPS that stuff at this level should do, but the thing is it's so low that it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's beat the Jackal with 9 hit points. There's actually a crewman over there. Let's get rid of him first before we activate these guys. There we go. It's alright. We'll revive. No big deal. Destiny is kind of a poor man's Warframe. I mean, it's basically the same concept, you know? It's an MMO, quote-unquote. I mean, it's not really an MMO at all. You know, neither is Destiny. It's like... Unfortunately, the alarm's running. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just activate the boss and murder it. And I have energy for cloak now, so, Oh! Ow! Ow! Okay. What the hell happened? Oh, I accidentally quit my melee weapon and didn't shoot. That would be why. Alright. There we go. Alright, Jackal. And you're dead. 3-shot. Let's leave. You know, I'm gonna deactivate the alarm on the way out, because this is being a bit of a... In no shield mode, this is a bit of a pain. Yeah, I know the consumables in the game. I keep forgetting what their hotkey is for those. Stop using Tonkor with no shields, you idiot. That does self-damage. Yeah, people keep telling about Second Dream. I'll get to it eventually. Not that interested in that right now. But I will make it there eventually. Yeah. Loki is broken. Like, he's broken good. Just too good. There we go. Another successful mission. It's Q for consumables. Useful, okay. Damn, another focus energy. God damn it. I keep getting the same mod, which I don't really want to use because I'm not a melee guy, so this mod is not that useful to me. So, but anyway. That's all I'm doing is farming this mission. So if you are here for anything interesting, you're not going to get it. This is all I'm doing. We're just repeating Nightmare Assassination Jackal for mods. I got used to kind of, for the rolling and sliding, I just kind of got used to rolling my little finger on my left hand. I mean, I know you can also use V as crouch, but I just kind of got used to this sort of rolling motion. Stop using Tonkor, holy shit. There we go. So, yeah, it's just a little bit of practice to get a lot of momentum going if you want to go fast. I'm not, like, that good at it yet, but I've got a lot better than I used to be. So I can move through a level at a pretty decent pace if I want to. Only problem is you have to stop to activate stealth, so you lose all your momentum.
Do not dismiss the Jackal as just another Corpus proxy. This will be unlike any enemy you have faced yet.
No, Space Mum. I have fought the Stalker, I lost. Yep. That was pretty embarrassing. I had no idea what to expect, and I tried to fight him in melee, and he murdered me. Go away.
You're on the sensors now. You've been detected.
Oh, I'm actually in the wrong place. And I'm out of energy. Okay, well, I've got shields this time around. I can fight, whereas last time it was like, you know what? I'm taking too much damage. So my Tonkor currently has 4 formers. I'm probably going to former it up to 6. That was kind of yesterday's goal, was former the shit out of Tonkor, and I was doing runs with Mathis and Force and Sinvicta to make that happen. So, for those who don't know what formering is, it's kind of like a prestige, but every time you do it, it gives you a mod polarity slot, which means you can equip more powerful mods at once on the gun. So I currently have 4 polarity slots on this gun. So it's pretty strong. I think my biggest crit with it right now has been 42,000 damage, which is all right. I've still got quite a lot of work to do on my my Serration mod is nowhere near as powerful as it needs to be. I've got to work on my elemental mods a bit. Let's put a clone down. You focus on that guy. I'm leaving. Thank you. No, thank you very much. I love these guns though. Like, once I now I've got a couple more things on it. I can probably put my Ice Storm. That's cool. 10% magazine capacity and 10% extra cold damage. That sounds like that's worth putting together. That's probably going to be pretty good for my pistols. Because magazine capacity for the Grakitas, whatever the fuck they're called, is really, really a big deal. Do people really show up and then complain that I'm not playing the game that I said I would play in an hour and a half? Not now. Idiots. Is this a paid promotion? If it was a paid promotion, it would be fully disclosed, because I'm not a fucking moron. When have I ever hid paid promotions from anybody? Oh yes, never. Because that's illegal. No. We're banning a bunch of Warframe because we really got back into Warframe in a big way. It's as simple as that. And it was mostly down to... We were into Rainbow Six, and we were into Vermintide. But Rainbow Six has been having server problems, so it's been a fucking pain in the ass. And Vermintide, you really need a group of 4 to play it properly. So the good thing about Warframe is that it scales to your group size. So you can play on your own, you can play as a duo, trio, or 4 people. And you can still, like, get a good time out of the game. So I was talking to the guys, I'm like, you know, if we're playing Vermintide, you wanted to maybe try Warframe? Because 2 years ago I tried Warframe, and I enjoyed it. And it's had a lot of content added to it. So they were like, okay, we'll give it a try. And then a bunch of people, I think Force, Strippen, Mathis, and Sinvicta basically were the 4 people that really got into it. And there's a couple of other people. So we're just playing a lot. Well, yeah, more people should disclose their paid promotions because it's illegal not to. Just a reminder, stop doing illegal shit. It's not that hard a concept. Alright, let's upgrade this Ice Storm. Although, I've got to say, I don't have a lot of cores right now. Although I do have more platinum than God, so I could probably just buy some cores. I don't like buying cores because cores are so easy to farm that it makes really no sense to buy them. Reconfiguration could not be completed. What do you mean could not be completed? Why? Start fusing. Is it bugged out? Yeah, it thinks I have more than one Ice Storm, which I don't. Okay, let's just throw fusion cores at it. Since I kind of want to max this out, I'll probably just buy a fusion core pack. Don't do this. Do not do this. Like, anyone that plays this game knows that what I just did was really fucking stupid. So, don't. At all. But I also have a lot of platinum, so it's not really a big deal. But there's under no circumstances should you spend platinum on fusion cores. Don't do it. It's just, I want this thing to be leveled up, so I'm gonna do it. Jesse's just doesn't seem to be all that interested in it. Like, it's not a story-driven game. He'd probably hate it. Don't do this. Ever. Thank you. There we go. Cool, that's leveled up. So, the cool thing about these dual mods is that they stack with the same effect. The not-so-cool thing about these dual mods is they take a lot of power to run. But in this case, what we've got here is Ice Storm, so... I think I have an ice mod somewhere. Do I have an ice mod for my pistol? Maybe I don't. So, what I could do with Ice Storm... I'm going to equip this anyway, but... What I could do with Ice Storm is... I can put another mod which also does cold and stack the 2. And create a very, very powerful thing. What I might want to do... Is it worth replacing that with that? No, it's not. Okay. Is it? I don't think it makes. I don't think it actually makes a difference, does it? Obviously, it changes the damage type. Yeah, your friends are lying. TV's playing Warframe because he's doing a paid promotion. They're lying. It's that simple. No, if I was doing a paid promotion, okay. Here's the thing, right? Twitch will ban you, if you do a paid promotion without disclosing it. Yeah. So, I'd lose my Twitch account, which is about 35% of my monthly revenue. I'd get sued by the FCC, and I'd lose all my credibility. Why? Why would I ever? I mean, you would have to be a stupid, stupid human being to not disclose your deals like that. You would have to be the biggest idiot. Yeah, so... Don't listen to random people on the internet when they say shit like that. If you've been watching me for years, you know there's a reason why I've built trust, because I don't fuck around. I take this business seriously, and that's why I'm good at it. I will, however, happily take your free shit if you sign up for Warframe. Because every time you buy platinum in Warframe, I get 10%. which is pretty fucking cool, because I like free things. But that's also very clearly listed on the referral page, and also if you take my referral, you get a 7-day affinity booster, which doubles your experience. So, yeah, pretty good deal. Up to you, though. I'm not forcing people to play the game. It's a very, very farming-heavy game, I will say. You know, what I've realized is that, to me, Warframe, I think, is the same pleasure that people get from Dynasty Warriors. Like, it's highly repetitive, but since I like the combat so much, I don't mind that it's repetitive. Because I'm enjoying the combat as much as I am. So I think that's got a lot to do with it. And like I think for Diablo's a similar thing as well. Like, you know, the people that play Diablo, they do it to get better gear, and they do it because they like the repetitive kind of combat loop. And that's me with Warframe. Like, Warframe is the game that I found that I enjoy the repetitive combat loop in. More so, I think, than stuff like Diablo and Torchlight and Path of Exile. But, it's all down to personal preference. I know a lot of people really love the Diablo style of doing things, and that's great. I, as more of a kind of spectacle fighter fan, I'm finding more of what I like in Warframe because it takes more influence from stuff like God of War and Bayonetta than it does from Diablo. So, that's why Warframe resonates with me over those other games. That doesn't necessarily mean it's better than those other games. In fact, I'd say in many ways it's inferior. But the combat loop, I fucking love. I just adore it. So, I've been playing a lot of it as a result. Kill everything in the most fashionable way possible. Yeah, that is Warframe in a nutshell. I mean, I've got to admit, like, doing these Nightmare Mode runs is not that fun, mostly because this is really, really easy with the setup that I've got. This Nightmare Mode is very low level, but I want those mods, so I'm doing it. And, you know, the thing that I enjoy the most are mostly the Tier 3 defenses and survivals we've been doing that actually take a little bit of work to stay alive. And we've been running it as a 3-man group. And that's been a lot of fun playing as a team. Yeah, here's another thing I'll say about Warframe. I'm going to be making an updated video about Warframe, and one of the criticisms we're going to level at it is that it does a piss-poor job of teaching people. Like, someone in the chat just said, yeah, so I wanted to play Warframe with a controller, but it only gave me keyboard and mouse prompts in the tutorial. Yeah. I mean, this game is great with a controller. It's ideal. I would not blame a single person for playing this with a controller. But it does a bad job of teaching you that. It does a shit job of teaching you about merging mods and basically, like, where you get most of your power from. Like, a lot of people don't seem to understand that. It's like, oh, you know, you've got to get a really good weapon to be powerful. No. No, you don't. What you need to be powerful are good mods. Like, your weapon obviously makes a difference, but really, you can make any weapon powerful with the right mods. You're not going to maybe make it the best. Obviously, there are tiers of weapons, and it's possible that one weapon's going to be better than another, but Rending Strike. Ooh, that looks good. 15% to slash and 20% to puncture. There's going to be some weapons that's going to benefit me on. Cool. Class interaction, there is a decent amount actually now. I think they've done a better job, mostly due to the fact there's a lot more frames available now. There is class synergy and interaction in groups. A lot of it doesn't go beyond kind of the normal kind of holy trinity. You know, there are tank classes, there are there are support classes and things like that. But we found some like really cool synergies. Like we had Sin Victor last night was running Necros, who was like a necromancer dude, and I was playing very much an AoE build. And what we'd do is we'd run backwards and forwards. I'd be AoEing huge groups of people, and he'd immediately be hitting the Desecrate ability, which makes every corpse drop extra loot. So we were able to combo that with Loki to cause all of the enemies to group together. And that meant that the power of the AoE was incredible. So there was synergy there. There is class synergy in Warframe, definitely. It's not maybe as obvious, but there is definitely synergy. There are certainly frames which synergize together better than others based on their abilities. So I don't think it's I always bring up the Borderlands comparison as like an example of a bad co-op game, just because there's not a lot of synergy between the classes. But I think that Warframe lately, anyway, because it's got more frames now and more diverse abilities, has more synergy than it used to. Comparing it to Fallout is a very strange comparison. It doesn't have any RPG elements, at least, well, no interactive RPG elements. It's definitely got the stats, you know. It's a min-maxers game, ultimately. You know, it's a game about stats. It's a game about making your stats better than the stats you had before. You know, so, you know, it is definitely like, you know, Diablo kind of loot-style adventure. The one thing I will say that this game doesn't do that well, and someone pointed this out, like, very effectively, is that in Diablo, when you get an item, you get to use it immediately. In Warframe, that's generally not true. Like, you get parts, and then you have to craft them together, and that takes time. So it's kind of it's delayed satisfaction. Like, those that were looking for the immediacy, the gratification of the loot drop, you don't really get it outside of mods. Like, mods you can use immediately. But weapons are usually come in parts and blueprints, so you can't use them immediately. I am a terrible shot. Die to Tonkor. There you go, have some crits. Have some crits. Hey, he's taking more hits than usual, I gotta admit. Tonkor's not critting. Tonkor's actually not critting. That's really strange. Huh. Oops. Whoops. Fuck that one up. Did I, like... I probably missed a mechanic on the boss or something, that's why. Ow! Yeah, so the upgrading part, like, is not that big a deal if you're playing in a group. Like, as I said, like, we discovered that... I don't know what the hell happened with Jackal, but... They must have... I've been murdering this guy, and now I can't touch him. What the fuck? This is really strange. I wonder if it's like... Alright, I'll hit him with Grakatas instead, then. Alright, I'm gonna have to actually try now. I think this... Because the Nightmare modes are different mods every time. I think this Nightmare mode may have had a mod that made Jackal actually not suck. Which is causing me a lot of problems! Might be a Nightmare Jackal. I'd say this is a fucking Nightmare Jackal. I might actually lose. I failed! That's the first time I failed it. That's really weird. That's strange. It must have had a different mod on him this time. Because every time I've been able to 3 or 4 shot him. But now I just got my ass kicked. Wow, okay, that was terrible. Warframe does have a story, yes. It's actually got story missions. A lot more now than it used to. I mean, not having shields is true, but it's the damage. Like, he was taking way, way less damage than usual. Which is strange. Alright, this time, energy drain and low gravity. Energy drain is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass because I can't stay cloaked. But honestly, I shouldn't have a problem with these dudes. I'll be using Grakatas for this. I need to put Trick Mag in this if I haven't already. Because now I have two mods that will give me ammo capacity. And this gun... I need to stop breaking those windows. This gun has a tendency of burning through ammunition. It was definitely strange, though. Like I said, there was something that reduced the damage that my main gun was doing. And I wasn't able to crit him. Strange. Whatever. It's one failed run. I've had like 10 successful runs this morning already, so I guess I can't really complain. Yeah, I've never had that happen. Damage reflection? Strange. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe this mission is bugged. Like, maybe it's supposed to be a lot harder than it actually is. And that was the actual Nightmare boss. But every mission I've done before that, I've like 3 or 4 shot him. So it's definitely a bit weird. The frame is Loki Prime. Which cost me 150 platinum. In the trading channel. And then obviously the resources to build them. He is a very, very powerful solo frame because his stealth is insane. He's also pretty good in groups because of his area disarm and his taunt. I'm also running Master Thief, which is unlocking a lot of these lockers for me. You have to shoot the leg. I mean, I thought I was doing that anyway. Like, my gun has AoE. I would have thought I was hitting all parts with it, but apparently not. I screwed up. What can I say? My first time losing to this boss. Alright, let's try and not fuck this up this time.
Target spotted. Stay sharp. This one is a handful.
What the fuck? Alright. Okay, that was the... There we go, two-shot. That was the mistake I was making. I missed the leg. Okay.
Nice work taking down the VIP.
Two-shot him. I'd say... So, yes, he is easy if you're not an idiot. As it turns out, I was an idiot, so that is probably why. Yeah, my gun is pretty good. I've been working... The last day and a half has been me working on that gun, so... And I've been farming it efficiently. The, I found it... I mean, obviously I'm affinity boosted, so, you know, my affinity is double the normal speed, but... I have found, we have found a mission setup that lets us get a weapon from unranked to rank 30, which is max rank, in a single mission. Seeking Fury, okay, I've already got one of those, but that'll be good for merging. Having revives in Nightmare is still silly, yes. I use Tonkor. I'll show you what mods I've got on it. Obviously, like, there's a... I could get maxed out mods, yeah, but I don't know, like, there's something about just buying maxed out mods that to me just seems... I might do it for Serration, because I did do it for Hornet Strike, because I couldn't get that damn thing to drop, so I'm like, fuck it. How much does it cost? But yeah, you're right, like, I can get a... Because I got maxed out Hornet Strike, I think, for 100 platinum. And a core pack is 80 platinum, so it is unbelievably stupid not to do that. Alright, so this is what my Tonkor 30, which is max rank, currently looks like. So I have 4 polarity slots. So every time you... This weapon actually starts, I think, with 0 polarity slots. You get a former, which is a little item. You then use the former, and it adds a polarity slot to the weapon, but it resets the weapon's rank. Yeah, so, pretty crazy. So I have, my Serration is really letting me down right now. It's only rank 5 out of 10. Split Chamber, so I'm firing 2 grenades at once. Cryo Rounds, Vital Sense for 100% crit damage. 150% critical chance, 1 point strike. Firestorm, which is 24% blast radius. Infected Clip for toxin damage, and Fast Hands for reload speed. Which gives me 87% crit chance, 5 times critical multiplier, and... This weapon is hitting per grenade for about 3,400 damage. And it's firing 2. Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I need to former it again. Because this is not ideal, especially when I get these dual mods. There's some work I want to do here, so I'm just not formering it right now, mostly because I'm doing this run. The thing is, I always do my former runs with 3 or 4 people, because in a 3 or 4 man group, you get affinity from everybody else in the group. So you can actually take a gun, never use it, and get half the ranks you need for it just from passive gain. So that's what we've actually been doing. We take a good gun and a shitty gun, and we passively level up the shitty gun with our good gun in a 3 or 4 man group. I'm not going to buy Prime mods yet. That's a little ridiculous. I know. There's a degree of skipping content that I'm totally fine with, and then there is a point where I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to get this stuff myself, and I want to experience the process of getting it. Like, us doing the hard missions is really what we've been aiming to do, you know? We've been getting our stuff together so that we can do tier 4, and we're about at the level where we can handle it now. I can handle some tier 4 stuff solo, but we're looking for, like, tier 4 survival, tier 4 defense. And then, you know, those missions are going to get us access to some parts to let us build some really cool shit. And that process is going to be quite satisfying. But a lot of the early stuff where I'm like, you know what, I don't want to wait to be able to get this early frame or this early weapon, we were happy to skip that. So, when does Hitler start? We clearly said that on Twitter. Please learn to read social media. We're not doing Draco, because actually we don't have Draco unlocked yet. We haven't done enough of the missions to get access to Draco, so we actually usually do towers for Affinity, because I was donated a ton of tower keys by viewers, so I have like huge numbers of them. So we just do towers mostly. I'm an idiot. There we go. Yeah, I mean, we've been... For us, it's like... It's the surprise of it. Like, if we get prime parts for weapons, like, that we're not specifically going after, that's cool. It's like, oh, there's a piece of loot that we weren't really expecting. So what generally happens is we'll then maybe build the loot, and we'll find that maybe it's a weapon we like to use. So, that's kind of what we've been doing. That's sort of our thought process. And we've been enjoying ourselves doing it that way.
Do not dismiss the Jackal as just
The energy drain is very annoying, by the way. It basically takes away the prime strength of the Loki, which is the ability to cloak. Because I have no energy. Oh, it's down there. There might be some energy in some of these lockers, though. I've done a couple of quests, yes. They were pretty fun. It's not really my priority at the moment. Like, I've come up with a sort of basic build, and I'm sort of working towards it right now. And that is, these pistols, I think, are going to be my kind of endgame pistols until I find something better. Because they're very strong, and they can be built to be absolute monsters, and I love how they sound. I need to add the fire rate mod so they sound even better. With the fire rate mod, they sound like an A10 Warthog. It's so good. So those will be my pistols. My primary weapon is my Sonicor, which is a grenade launcher, which is incredibly strong. And my melee weapon I haven't really decided on yet, because I'm not much of a melee player. I don't really care too much about melee. Mathis is our main melee dude. He loves melee. Screw you, Jackal. Two shot. Let's leave. Yeah, I don't think I have access to Second Dream yet. I do have access to some of the prerequisite quests to get it, though. But again, don't want that spoiled. I will come to it when I feel like doing it. I don't want to do it right now. I've been doing some Archwing stuff, too. That's pretty fun. Like, it's not that well fleshed out, but I appreciate that it's there, It's a nice little break. I've been told there's some underwater Archwing quests that are absolutely awful, though, so I'll have to bear that in mind. Yeah, I have had a lot of suggestions of you should try this, you should try that. The nice thing about Warframe is there's a lot to try in terms of different weapon types and frames. And I'll try them when I come to it, It's like, obviously you can only really, like, work on one thing at a time. Well, that's not true. You can work on, 4 things at a time? 5 things. You could work on your frame, your primary, your secondary, your melee, and your sentinel. So, yeah, you can work on some things. But still. Can I cloak? No! Because I'm never going to have any energy again, apparently. Yeah, I'm already on Uranus, actually. Another Ice Storm. Did I max my Ice Storm? I did, didn't I? So that's not too useful. I'll probably trade that to one of the guys in our clan. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break. Bio. And have I gone to relays? I think so. I think I've been in a couple of relays. Have you checked out this? Have you checked? I know, guys, come on, don't overwhelm me. There's so much stuff. I know, that's the nice thing. There's a lot of things in this game. So, yeah, just like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? It's like, Jesus, there's so much stuff. Calm down. Alright. I need Gunslinger in there, but I don't quite. I'm not leveling up Grakataz very quickly. I've only formed this twice, so. I mean, I can put concussion rounds in, I guess, which would help a little. Do I not have reload speed? Why do I not have reload speed? Do I not have pistol gambit? What am I even doing with my life? Yeah, I say I haven't even optimized this at all. This is terrible. Because the high base crit chance of Grakataz is what I'm really interested in. I should probably just put a suppressor on it, since I'm doing these runs. No, you don't get any money from the referral. You get in-game currency if you buy in-game currency, basically. You don't get money. Again, if I was getting money, I would have to disclose that. Which I would do, because I'm not an idiot! Alright, cool. The cool thing about the referral is that you get a weeks-long affinity booster, which means you're doubling the speed at which you level this stuff. Affinity boosters, to me anyway, I think affinity boosters are almost an essential. Because it speeds everything up so much. I mean, my Tonkor setup is pretty good, but I've got a lot of work to do on these Grakataz or whatever the name is. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break for bio, and then I'll be back. Hello, Kumo. I wish you were less useless. I really do. I might get a... It would be very cruel for me, but I might sell Kumo and get a different Kubrao that doesn't suck as much as him. Alright, I'm going to be right back. Alright, okay, so it's currently 3:09. I'm going to do 20 more minutes, and then we're doing setup for Secret Hitler, which is going to be starting at 4, so I'll do a couple more Nightmare runs before that happens. What's amusing about the whole, like, conspiracy that I'm being sponsored to play this is, like... The problem is, since we streamed it for free, like... If they offered me sponsorship to play this game now, I would obviously take it. Because why the hell wouldn't I? I'm already playing it. So why wouldn't I accept money for it? Here's the thing, though. They have no reason to give me money now. Because I'm already doing it for free. They would be stupid to pay me right now. It's like, oh, he's already playing our game. Well, ha. One thing I don't like about the invisibility is that you don't get to see the cool stealth kill animation when you backstab somebody.
To exert power and authority, the Corpus recently introduced their most lethal security proxy yet. Determine its location aboard this vessel and destroy it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stealth this. Fuck fighting at this point. I want to just get a couple more runs in before I have to do Secret Hitler. So I don't know how long this Nightmare Mode mission is going to be available, so... I want to get as many in as possible and hopefully get some good drops in the process. Because those dual mods are sick. I've been looking forward to those for a while. We're looking forward to also doing some Dragon Key stuff, I think they call it, where to get access to corrupted mods. That should be fun. And the process of acquiring those will be fun too, because it'll be challenging. I think that's the difference when it comes to acquisition. Like, I like challenging stuff, and I like getting rewarded for that challenging stuff.
Alarms have been reset.
You know, this Nightmare Mode run is not challenging, but I am getting the stuff that I want from it, so I'm okay with that. But I do prefer acquiring, you know, I think the hard-fought victory, the hard-fought acquisition is worth the most. And that's the difference to me between farming and actually feeling genuine satisfaction from loot acquisition. And a lot of what you have to do, certainly as a free-to-play player in a game like this, is farm, yeah? It's not do difficult stuff, necessarily, you know? We're doing a lot of tower runs. Your average free-to-play player doesn't have the keys to be able to do that on a regular basis, because you need a key every time you do a tower run. So, that's kind of the difference, I think. Is chat broken again? Probably. I think that was a one-shot. Alright, time to leave. Threat level upgraded to Tonkor. I thought, has Awesome Games Done Quick not finished yet? Because the chat's been broken all week. Yeah, it is done, I think. And yet, the chat is still broken. Twitch, get your shit together. Thank you. Yeah, vault runs, I know, we're definitely going to be doing that with 4 people. I'm not going to be soloing it. Chat keeps... I don't know Maybe I just need to update my better TTV plugin, because my chat keeps freezing. Like, it'll post and post, and then it'll just stop posting messages at all, and I have to refresh the page. So maybe after this I need to, like, see if my better TTV plugin is out of date or something, because it's been broken all week. And it's been really annoying, because I can't answer questions that are put in the chat, because I never see them. Farm legit way my ass. Yeah, it's, I mean, I think I explained it pretty well in the podcast, like, because some people had said, oh, you know, you're ruining the experience for yourself. I'm like, no, that's not, I don't gain the same value out of that experience as you do. Ooh, accelerated blast. That'll be fun. Once I do want to get a shotgun at some point, so plus 15% fire rate and plus 15% puncture damage on shotgun. Does that also apply to the hand shotguns, like the A Broncos and stuff like that? Because that would be amazing. What is an Archwing? So, Archwing... let me show you an Archwing mission before I go. For those who haven't seen an Archwing mission. My Archwing's not very well leveled up, just bear that in mind, so it'll probably be terrible. Let's do that. Actually, I like the Archwing missions. Again, they're kind of... I mean, I will definitely say that Archwings are, they're not as well developed and fleshed out as the main combat system, but they are still pretty fun. So basically, it's space combat.
There is a large platoon of Grenadier station here.
We're going to be figuring that out in the 30 minutes before, Little Wally. So basically, it is a space combat mission. And I have kind of full control, and you can do, like, flips and boosts and things like that. You have a primary weapon, which I'm using the Imperator at the moment, which is not that fun a weapon. You have a melee weapon, which is a hell of a lot more fun, and you also have special powers. So, in this frame, I have a rocket launcher and a couple of other things like that. So, what you can also do is I have this giant fucking hammer. And that allows you to do a very kind of Macross or Gundam style kind of affair. Yeah, my weapons are probably not really all powerful enough to do a mission of this level right now, but... Yeah, so this is what Archwings are. Combat in space, or under the sea. I don't like this gun. Like, I looked at tier lists and people are like, yeah, the Imperator's great. And I'm like, yeah, it might be, but it's really boring to use, so I might get another gun for my Archwing. Have some missiles. Ow. That hurt a lot. Okay. The melee is kind of auto-aim. You lock onto the target and it sort of boosts towards it, which you'd really have to do in a three-dimensional space for it to work. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have the mods for my Archwing to be any good right now, because I've not invested any time in building my Archwing up. Yeah, this is what an Archwing mission is, though. It's still good. Like, I think it's still pretty good. Like, it needs a bit more fleshing out. Right now, for me, it's like, it's very much kind of a fun side activity that I do every once in a while, just to break up the regular stuff. I probably wouldn't want to invest a ton of time into it, though. That, I think, is the disappointment that some people have, that they were hoping they could invest maybe a ton of time into their Archwing, and they're finding this maybe not that interesting. I'm clearly not anywhere near leveled up to do this mission, incidentally, so... I say my Archwing is terrible. Right, one more nightmare run, and then I'm setting up the secret Hitler, so I'll be off for about half an hour.
No, I have not read them.
Payment model is very fair to free-to-play players as long as you're willing to grind. You're just going to be acquiring things slower than everybody else. It's that, well, not everybody else. You know, the money, platinum in this game allows you to acquire things quicker than farming it, but you can get every gun in the game without paying. You can get every frame in the game without paying. You can get pretty much every non-cosmetic item in the game you can get without playing. Plus, you can also sell items for platinum in the trading channel. So you can acquire the currency without actually having to pay. This is a no shields run, so this is going to be a little annoying, but hey. It's fine. I've got energy, so I can just stealth it for the most part. Yeah, so it's an extremely fair free-to-play model if you are okay with pay-to-skip being the primary method. Because, I mean, it is ultimately a PvE game, not a PvP game. So pay-to-win is a completely irrelevant concept. I thought it was up there. I guess it's not. This is a weird design level. Usually you just go through there, but I guess not this time. Oh, apparently you can also get cosmetics from certain alert missions for free, so there you go. Not even all the cosmetics are locked behind paywalls.
Doors are locked. Time to break in.
I maybe should not have done that. Especially with no shields. How to conduct a trade. So you go to the trade channel, and obviously you make your deal. You then have to go to either one of the trading relays. There's one on Earth, I believe, which is basically a shared space. Or you get invited to someone's clan dojo, and you can trade there. And you have a limited number of trades you can do every day, which is limited to your mastery rank. So usually it's like, I think you get like 1 trade per mastery rank or something like that every day. So, and usually the currency that's used is platinum. So people are trading items like usually like prime blueprints and parts and things like that for platinum. So if you have platinum, you can acquire a lot of stuff. Not everything. There are definitely some things that you have to get from other places, but you can acquire a lot if you have platinum. So if there is a frame that you particularly like the look of and you don't want to spend a lot of time grinding for it, you can just go and ask someone, hey, anyone got it for sale? I'll pay platinum.
The Jackal as just another
I don't understand what you're talking about, Mana Fusion. Like, I have only been playing this game for a week. You're talking about high-level sortie stuff and stuff that people have spent hundreds of hours of doing. I have not done that, so I can't comment on it. You know, ultimately, here's the reality, folks, when it comes to free-to-play games. These games cost money to make, and you consistently expect these games to be updated to keep you interested. That costs money. Someone's going to pay for something. And as much as Valve may claim otherwise, and they don't even claim otherwise, you cannot just keep a game running purely on cosmetics. Not even Path of Exile does that. Yeah? For anyone about to say, oh, Path of Exile, no. Wrong. Not true. Path of Exile, like, where they make a lot of their money is selling the goddamn inventory spots and vault spots and storage spots that you need in order to keep all of your gear. That's where they make most of their money, not from the cosmetics. Cosmetics don't make money. I've spoken to various, like, fairly large companies on this, and they've told me in confidence, so I won't name them, that their cosmetics are making them a tiny fraction of their overall income. So anyone that just expects a game to go purely cosmetic, you have to have a huge player base to make that successful, and you have to make the cosmetics so goddamn desirable that people are willing to go for them, you know? And there are very few games that can do that. Very few. So, the reality of it is, someone has got to pay for this game to stay open. And the way that this game has chosen to do that is basically going down the pay-to-skip route. And in a PvE game, I think the pay-to-skip route is a reasonable and fair way to do things. Absolutely. There are definitely some problems with it, because, of course, the problem might be, if you go down the pay-to-skip route, you will be encouraged to make the grind unbearable for those that don't do it. That is obviously an issue, and I know some people have been complaining about drop rates and things like that. I get that. That's legitimate. That's a legitimate complaint, and that's something you can address to it. I don't think the model itself is bad, though. I just think it can be implemented badly. So it seems like Warframe does a lot of it right, and there are some parts that it does badly, so they need to work on that. So that, you know, that's kind of my opinion on that. You know, when it comes to the egregiousness of the free-to-play model, I think pay-to-skip is probably second lowest on the totem pole, just above cosmetic only. And there are like 2 games that do cosmetic only. And anyone that says CSGO, you have to pay money for that game, so don't get me started on CSGO. Fortitude. Shield recharge and knockdown resist. Cool. Yeah, some people have really unreasonable expectations about free-to-play. It's like, I played this game for 300 hours for free, and I expect something for that. Why? You enjoyed this game for 300 hours without paying a single dime. Yet this game costs money to run, this game costs money to update, and the people that are paying for your experience are the guys that buy Platinum, that pay to win, as it were. So if anything, people should be very, very grateful to those people because it's subsidized. That's what it is. It is a subsidized gaming experience. That's what free-to-play games are. The majority is playing for free, and they're being subsidized by the minority who are paying. So that's how that works. Cool. Right, so that's me done. I am going to go set up Secret Hitler now. So I'm going to be off for a little while. Secret Hitler starts in 35 minutes on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.